Good day, everyone. Welcome to Visit Edo page. My name is Elizabeth, the CEO of Visit Edo and one of the team of Visit Edo Limited. If you're here for the first time, please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Today, I'm going to be talking about imagination, fantasy, dreams, and reality. Like everything in this world, every successful thing starts with imagination. You imagine and you think and you fantasize and you dream about that, your fantasy or your imagination, and it becomes, you work with it and see how it can become reality. It can come true. That is when the dreams come true. Like Visited Unlimited is something that I have fascinated on, I have imagined, and we have worked together and the dream became reality. I have often fantasized and imagined Edo State becoming a travel destination for so many people in Nigeria. And I hope and I pray that my fantasy, my imagination become reality in my lifetime, which is my dream. And I pray that it works like that to create that happiness within people, to create that state that we all have always wanted. So today I'm going to talk about imagination. Many people, when I've discussed tourism with many people, travel with many people, Edo State becoming a travel destination, a lot of people have always said, we don't have the infrastructure. Let's forget about infrastructure for today. Let's imagine, and let's imagine how how those things can become true. Infrastructure is something that you create. It's something that can be built. It's something that is man-made. It's not something that is just there. It's something that you create, and that we can easily create. That we can easily build those infrastructure. But first, we need to imagine how the state will be if different things in the state, we are working in the right direction. We have to imagine if we were using what we have to get what we need, how will it be? When you think travel, you think job. I am thinking about creating jobs. I am thinking about jobs. That is what people need. That is what youths need. That is what mothers need. That is what parents need. Creating jobs, that there is job for almost everyone to survive. We are not talking now about living big. We're just talking now about having a job that can help manage the monthly expenses that come along. And that's why we all don't have to think in the same direction. I am thinking travel. I am thinking tourism. I am thinking other things for Edo State. And I want you to join me in that thinking. Because when we start to imagine and we start to think and we start to fascinate and we start to do a lot of things, fantasize, and then we have a dream. And then we can walk to the direction or encourage those, our leaders, in seeing those possibilities in different sectors. For example, imagine if Benin Airport could be receiving international flight. That international flight is landing in Benin Airport. Think about the jobs that can be created through that. Just imagine the numbers of jobs if, for example, KLM flights have to land in Benin. That is just for our people. Or take a look at something else. Imagine Gelegele Seaport. Imagine if 1% or even 3%, let's say 10% of the cargoes that goes to Lagos goes to Benin Port, Gelegele Seaport. If it goes to that direction, do you know the amount of job that can create for our state? That is a lot of job there. Imagine for pleasure, if they have to share that, imagine it, that one part of it is for pleasure, one part of it is for cargo. Imagine the hotels that can be built there. The new city that can come up there, just beautiful city that can just come out from nowhere, and the infrastructure development that will happen there. Those are jobs for many, because when those things are taking place, there's going to be a lot of our people at work. People are going to be working. Things are going to be happening. So those are jobs. So when you imagine something becoming a reality, you also imagine the job, the people that are going to make money out of it, what they are going to get from it, all the benefits that is going to be there. There's so many things to imagine in our state because the things are already there. It's just to imagine it. I have often imagined the people that build the moat in Benin. How come about it? Those were great things. Those were just things that were there in the beginning. Imagine if a little bit of touch, if people have tried to restore that thing moat back, if there's been amendment, because there's a lot of places in different countries that something that has been there for years and generation, and they try to fix it back, they try to adjust it, they try to bring it back to the normal, the way it was before. Just imagine the moat becomes just like the way it was before, with just a little bit of touch, with just a little bit of bringing the expert to work there. Do you know the attraction that will give? Do you know many people that will travel to Edo State just to look at that? That will be job for many. Imagine all the possibilities, all the things that we have in Edo State that can give jobs. Imagine if all those things becomes reality. Imagine if we have to fantasize, we have to dream about it becoming a reality. Imagine if we have to call ourselves and say, let's work with it gently. Imagine if our leader sees the possibility in these things that I am talking about, or even see beyond it. And when they are looking at it, they should also be thinking about creating jobs. Think about all the possibilities, all the things that we have lying there being wasted. Imagine Ogba Zone, for example. Imagine if the government have to invest in more animals. Imagine if the government have to look into that direction and put more money into it. Think about the people from different states that will be coming to that place to look, and think about the money, the investment that place will bring to the state. When you're talking about travelers, they don't just spend money on one direction. If I say, for example, come to our souvenir and gallery, it doesn't mean that you're just going to spend money there. It means that you're going to spend money in different places. And those different places, the money goes round and round. That is how it works. So that means that if you come into National Museum in Benin, that means that you're also going to pay for transportation, you're going to buy food, you're going to do a lot of things. So the money is spread around. So just imagine of different possibility that can become reality. And you see that jobs can be created in many sectors, different ways. Let's try to imagine and fantasize on things. Let's not give up just like that. When you talk to people, they don't want to fantasize, they don't want to imagine, they don't want to think about the possibility because they're tired of thinking about all the possibility that can become reality. But think, if we don't imagine, how can we put things into order? If we don't fantasize on things to do or how something can look like, how do we build it? So let's not let our stress take that from us. Let's still try to imagine, fantasize, dream, and work on it if we can for that dream to become a reality. Like I said, just imagine if KLM flight, with the amount of Benins, Edos in living outside the country, if one KLM flight lands in Benin every week, imagine the job that can create. Imagine, there's no job too small. When people think about job, it's just like Europe. You see often, they put out and say that, 10 people are going to lose job here, 5 people are going to be losing job. Because every job matters. Every person's matters. So even if one KLM flight landing in Benin is going to create 10 jobs, it matters. That means that 10 people have automatically be taken out of a life without job. That means that 10 people have automatically have salary. So let's imagine all the things, the resources, all the things that we have. How to create them, how to imagine them, how to fantasize on them becoming job for people to help their own to help them with expenses that comes, because the expense comes every day. It comes and people get tired. Let's not forget to imagine. Let's not forget to dream dreams. Let's not forget to fantasize, because when we do all this, that is when we feel there is still possibility, that the chance is there. Let's work together and let's see how things can be created. Let's fantasize. Let's imagine, because all the great things of this life that are man-made, they have always started with an imagination. Somebody sat down and imagined how it could be for a phone to use a phone or to have a phone. And they have put that together and think about, imagine, fantasize it, spend hours, days, years on thinking how to put those things together. And before it became a reality, before it came into existence, let's try to imagine what Benin, what Edo State will be, and how we can use the resources that we have, the things that we have, the history that we have. How can it benefit us? Let's imagine all that, because when you imagine, imagination is like building a house. You imagine, dream of a house. You dream and imagine how many rooms you might want to have, or the things that you need, and you fantasize on it. And when you get that opportunity, you work hard, and when the opportunity comes, your imagination, your fantasy, you try into putting it into reality. That is just everything about life. That is how it goes. Let's not forget to imagine. It might sound strange. It might sound different for many, because the stress is just too much. When the troubles, the stress, the price of food is crazy, everything is just different from what we used to know. Everything is just going up and up and up. And we shouldn't fail to. This is the right moment to imagine. Because when we start to imagine, maybe some of our imagination can become reality. We are blessed. We have nice weather. We have things that we can imagine and work on. We have things that we can think about. We have things that we can protect. We have little things that can create attractions that people can start to travel here and there, the States, or the hotels, or imagine it. Imagine that Benin is like Madrid, not in terms of infrastructure, but in terms of visitors that goes to Madrid. Imagine all that jobs that can be made, all that jobs that can be created. It's something, and there is always a starting point. We, the team from Visit Edo, we think Edo State can become a travel destination for many. Nigeria has the population. What do we need to do? We just need to imagine all the possibilities, and we work with those possibilities. We fantasize on it. We think about how we can create something out of it, and how we can make Edo State a better place for our people. Don't forget to imagine those things. Let's not be too tired to imagine. The country is a little bit hard. It's not even a little, it's hard. Things are difficult. But in all those, we still find time to be happy, because we are alive. And when you are alive, you shouldn't fail to imagine. Because every imagination is something. It helps us. When we try to imagine the possibility of things, it gives us strength that makes us believe that is possible. And the truth is that all is possible. So let's not lose hope. Please, if you've not been to our office, don't forget to visit us at number 39 Sakwamba Road. And if you're ready to promote Edo State and you're ready to do something with us, please don't forget to send me a message. Don't hesitate. If you see what I see, please do send a message. We are ready to work with as many as possible. If you're interested in traditional things, just send us a message. If you're buying a land in Edo State for investment and you want somebody to represent you, or maybe you live outside the city, or outside Edo State, or you live abroad, we can help you with that. I really want to say thank you to everyone for watching this video. Please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We really we want to get to 1,000 subscriber on YouTube. This has been a big challenge, but please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube so we can get to 1,000 subscriber, because that is my dream. It's not too much to ask. Please do follow us. Thank you very much, and don't forget to imagine, because